Get started. My name is Debbie. I'm the founder of Icing Images. And yes, if you missed the beginning, I had some coffee, sort of, like very little, and that was like, around 2 o'clock, I think. So I'm still buzzing from it. It's going to be a fun night to sleep, or try anyway. So anyway, we are here with the head blue coach and also owner of Whisk Confections, and just an all-around edible, I don't, that's the wrong thing to say, confectionery artist and expert. And we have Stacey, the edible tech guru. God, my mouth wants to go faster than my brain. Holy crap.
Magical bean juice.
I swear. We have a lot to cover. First of all, I need to tell you that we are going to be giving away approximately 10 free all-access passes to Cookie-a-thon.
10? So, we're going to give away 10?
About approximately. Now.
Approximately 10? Wow.
Some people have already won and don't know it. Sorry, I have to write down when they win because I have all these little criterias. So now, some of you may have already purchased a ticket for the all-access pass. If you have, please let me know, because obviously, you know, you can't win another one because they're not transferable. So here we go. Amazing and generous. Yeah, I save up. So we get sort of like credits when people use our links to purchase these tickets, and I do not take any of the rewards. I ask them to all be turned into free passes so I can give them away. So these giveaways are actually from the last Cookie-a-thon. If you have or you don't know what the Cookie-a-thon is, it's in September, the first week, and so Laurie's going to put up the website. This is a great value. It's pretty cool. So, all right. And we do have winners. They just don't know it. So, all right. How are we starting? We're talking about edible printers, edible paper printers. That's different from the blues. And we are talking about edible paper. So, here we go. Who wants to start? Okay, Stacey's starting because he's got his printers right there. Man. All right.
I've got my whole army. What?
Okay, you're starting. Talk.
What do you want me to cover?
Lots of edible paper printer guys. Edible paper printers. What are the basic criteria for an edible paper printer? Oh my gosh.
There we go. I just need to know what direction you want me to head in. So this is an edible paper printer from Icing Images, and so is that. But why do I have two? That's because Icing Images offers a whole line of edible paper printers that fit different needs depending on what your specific needs are. So the basic thing that you need to understand is an edible paper printer functions just like a regular paper printer. The primary difference is it is inspected for food safety, because regular desktop ink has chemicals in it that are toxic, such as petroleum distillates, other chemicals in the pigments and the dyes that would at best make you very, very sick, at worst actually cause physical damage. So all the printers from Icing Images are inspected to make sure that there's no trace of any ink in them from the factory. And then they also come with a set of edible ink cartridges. And they function very similar to a regular printer, except it's using food-based ingredients to place the ink onto the edible paper. So it's 100% food safe. You can eat it all day long and you won't get sick from it. And that's the basic of an edible paper printer.
Okay, so one thing I wanted to hit on, I need to tell you guys a story. And for those of you who already got the email from today, know a little bit about what it is. And sorry, there, having issues. Okay. So there is, I guess with the advent of the internet, there is a lot of information that is out there for people who want to purchase edible printers. And the most important thing that you ask yourself before you buy any edible printer is what? Tell me, somebody. Let's see if they know in the delayed audience. Sorry, I need to fix this. I moved something.
I know at least a few people in here should know that answer.
Yeah. And I ask it if I okay, sorry, I'm reading the comments. I'm not organized. That's Stacey. So what's the first question I ask people? It's not use it every week, but that's important. Do you need it regularly? What do you mean, Hillary? How often you will use it? So Hillary, I need you to answer me, please. And actually, everybody's getting it, but I need to know what Hillary meant. Come on, Hillary, come on. All right, sorry, that's a gnat. I'm not going nuts. You have to use it regularly. Edible paper printers, generally, you need to be using it about once every week to 10 days. Do you have a name? What? Okay, sorry. All right, so I'm waiting for Hillary to respond. I need to know her response. Anyway, are you going to use it regularly? Kind of is the number one thing. Not everybody should have an edible printer, and thankfully there are ways that you don't have to have an edible printer to get an image. There are billions of people, probably maybe thousands of people who actually will print for you and ship it. And if you're not going to use your edible printer regularly, the edible paper printer needs to be used once every week to 10 days. Very important. So if you're not, don't buy it, you'll hate it. That's very, very important, guys. Sorry, I have to write down the name. If I don't do this, I'll forget. Okay. So how often are you going to use it? If you're not going to use it, edible paper printer, as I said, week to 10 days. Blue printers, although we're not really talking about those tonight, approximately every 3 days. And that's mainly to keep the printer happy. Edible printers use edible ink. Edible ink will dry out because it doesn't have the toxins, as Stacey mentioned. So very, very important. You have to ask yourself that question. Usually you see people jump online and say, I'm buying an edible printer. Which one should I get? And if I see it, I will go back and ask them those questions and actually say, don't get it many times, or you're buying too small, or you're buying too big, and help people get what they need. So that's very important. So as these people jump online and say, hey, I'm getting an edible printer, what should I get? There are many people who, out of good faith and good intentions, give all kinds of advice out there. The most popular one is links to Amazon for edible products. And I've talked about this many, many times. And you guys, if you want to start listing reasons why you should never ever you should not purchase edible inks on Amazon unless they are being purchased from somebody who has a .com website. Last week, we actually learned about .com websites and the information that it gives customers. What it says is that this company is here. They're here to stay. Most of the time, they're going to help you with things. Sometimes they don't. But the important thing is that they're usually getting their products from a reputable place, and usually they're following guidelines from the FDA. So earlier this week, somebody had a problem and they messaged me, and not a customer of ours, and I'm looking at these ink, the nozzle check, and I'm like, something's weird, and I didn't know what it was. I think it's just so much experience in the field. I know when something's off. Couldn't pinpoint it. So I said, okay, send me a picture of the cartridges as they appear in the printer. And then I'm looking at them, like, it didn't make sense. I said, where did you get these from? Send me the listing. And of course, it was off of Amazon. She sends me the listing, and I'm looking at the website. At the listing, looking at the cartridges, and I'm like, I hate to tell you this, but whoever sold you these cartridges, they used regular, genuine Canon ink cartridges, regular ink, and they filled them with edible ink. So they took an empty cartridge that had run out and filled it up. And that scared the bejeebers out of me. And this is what occurs on Amazon. Amazon is a selling platform. Amazon has sellers on there. Yeah, it's really scary. They have sellers on there that aren't necessarily vetted, kind of similar to eBay. You don't know who you're buying from. And even though it has Prime, it doesn't mean you're buying it from Amazon. And so you got to follow certain guidelines. And so that's the number one mistake. Don't buy, especially your edible ink, off of Amazon. Stay away from it. And Stacey, the other day I pulled up Amazon, and it was like all of the preferred sellers all were not places I would buy from, because I could tell by the listing they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So that's my rant. You guys have anything to add to that? Because I'll talk too much otherwise.
The big thing that always concerns me about purchasing anything off of Amazon is we have even seen in Jemiah's group, Edible Printing for Beginners, we've seen a couple of occasions where someone has purchased a printer and it arrived used, even though it was brand new in the box, the way it was advertised. And we were dumbfounded with it. The individual posted photos of it, and they said, yeah, I haven't put any of the cartridges in it, but look. And you could see dots of ink inside the print head. So they had bought a used printer that was being sold as new.
Yeah, it's scary. You know, we've all grown up through Amazon thinking this is a safe place to buy, and it really isn't all the time. Sometimes it's wonderful. I use Amazon all the time because I'm lazy and don't want to go to the store. So I will wait for it and pay more many times. So anyway, that's the edible paper printers. Any other questions? There was one question up there. What's our favorite paper to print on from Beth? Beth, we're going to cover that in just a little bit. So hold that thought and come back and ask it if you have any questions.
So one other area that people need to be wary of is when you're looking at Instagram or YouTube and you see a recommendation and you watch the little reel or the little YouTube video. If you really watch it and watch what they're doing, I've seen 3 now in the last week where they show a printer and they're buying one that is not food safe. And they're taking the cartridges out. They're putting, instead of putting the right cartridges in, they are getting empty cartridges and filling it with edible ink that is of questionable origin. That's the best way I can say how they bought it. When you look at the box, you just know that is probably not what you should be, putting in a printer that's an edible printer. So, so in Instagram, YouTube, even some Facebook, any of the affiliate links on there, be really careful of those as well. Yeah. Because you might trust the person that's put up the affiliate link, but they don't know what they don't know. Yeah. And you might be led to something that you don't want.
And there's something else I found to be helpful. If they have a .com website and you want to order products off of them, before you start your edible printing journey, let's say they recommend all these different companies, call them and talk to them. Mm-hmm. That's the best way you're going to know whether or not it makes sense as far as who you want to work with. Are they going to be there? Do you like talking to them? Do they know what they're talking about? Can you understand them? All kinds of things. So important. Any other questions? Also Etsy. Etsy's the same way. It's just, these are all those things are platforms for anybody to sell anything on.
Mhm.
And so I just kind of wanted to mention that. All right. Anything else? Any other questions, guys? Please ask, because we're going to move on to edible paper, but we will come back if somebody asks a question. So far, we have 3 winners, though. Sharita was the first one to comment today. She's the first one who got online. You won one. Ding, 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 ding. Yay, Sharita. I'm like looking around. Do I have a bell? Donna wished Laurie happy birthday, Laurie.
I was hoping we were going to get through all of this without that.
Nope.
Nope. And anybody who wants to, never mind, I'm not going to say that. I was going to make her really angry. Kate, wow, you're 3,000 feet, 30,000 feet in the air.
All right. Woohoo.
Wow.
All right. So Hillary, you were the first one to give the proper answer about when you should or shouldn't purchase a printer. So good job. We got 3 so far. We'll have more as we go. I'm just picking random people based on certain things that you may do or say. So if I call your name, you must private message me or email Icing Images at sales@icingimages.com. I have the list of people who will get them, and we'll need just a little bit of information, like your email and your full name. I think that's all I need. So please let me know that if you win. All right, moving on. Edible paper. Somebody else gets it. Oh, scratch it out. All right, we'll find somebody else. Good job. Okay. And you said that. All right, so moving on. Edible paper. Icing Images sells 6 different types of edible paper. And we do this because icing sheets and wafer paper don't always do everything we need them to do. Okay. Do one of you two want to take the edible paper and start so they don't have to listen to me the whole time?
Yeah, go ahead, Laurie. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday.
Okay, put me on the spot. All right. Let me pull up our paper, and we're going to start with a premium icing sheet. So premium icing sheet, that's usually the paper most of us start with. It's very versatile. It can be used on cakes, cookies, chocolate covered Oreos, isomalt suckers. You can use edible premium icing sheets on just about anything you'd like. Is it always the right paper to use? And my answer in response to that would be maybe not. Okay, that's why there are different types of paper. The premium icing sheets from Icing Images come with an acetate backing. You do not have to put them in the freezer to release the backing from the paper. Like I've seen other paper you can get. They have a wonderful texture to them to print on, and they also have a great taste to them, because that's one of the things Deb always does when she brings in a new paper. The first thing she does is tear off a piece of it, put it in her mouth to see how it tastes. Okay, because you don't want to put something on your hard work that you've put together a wonderfully tasting cake, cookie, cupcakes, whatever, and the paper tastes bad. Okay, so that's the first one. All
yes.
right.
The premium, I'm going to add premium icing sheets. They are sugar-based. They're also known as frosting sheets, sugar sheets. I don't know what else, but that's what that's kind of some of the other items. And Laurie, since you are a user, for lack of better words,
Yeah.
tell me why you like the premium icing sheet, because there are other brands that are different.
Yeah. So what I like about the premium icing sheets from Icing Images, one, when I get them out of the package, I know that they are fresh because, they don't let them sit around forever. They have an expiration date. They move product. So I know when I get icing sheets from Edible Images that they are fresh. That's number one. Number two, whenever I've used the icing sheets, I don't experience jamming in the edible paper printer. I don't experience problems if I'm printing on the blue printer with them. They always print beautifully. And when we apply them to the cakes, I've, from using other brands in the past, I know that the Icing Images sheets are stand up better, yeah, as far as putting them on a cake, or and that could be a buttercream cake or a fondant covered cake. I know that they're going to hold up longer. They're going to hold the colors better. So in my experience from using other brands, this is far superior. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Wafer paper next, if you don't mind. Stacey, I got one question for you. You're going to know this answer.
What's that?
Somehow, oh, we're not supposed to look at that. Hi. I didn't know you back up.
Sorry.
I wasn't ready. I have my window and it went out of the screen on the top and I can't slide it. And I know there's a way because I've done it before to slide it down.
What?
Never mind.
If you're talking about your browser window, if
Yeah.
you move your cursor to the edge where it turns into a double arrow, if you click it once, it should pop it back into screen.
It ain't working.
Oh, I don't know what you did then.
It's driving me nuts. Okay, let's get a wafer. It drives me crazy.
Okay, Stacey, you get to talk about wafer.
I'll take wafer paper. So wafer paper is the OG of the edible papers. Some people call it rice paper. Some people call it potato paper. The one from Icing Images uses starch. So there's no allergens in it that you have to be concerned with. It is also very flavorless. It has no smell to it. And in fact, if you ever open up a pack of wafer paper and there is a smell to it, that means it's gone rancid. So with wafer paper, what it's really good for is something that is going to be super, super thin. So I like using them to make flowers. You can use them to do other decorations. Like I remember last year around the holiday time, I used pieces of wafer paper to make garland on a cookie. So there's a lot of flexibility to wafer paper, especially if you combine it with a product called Paper Potion that Icing Images sells. And it's a paper conditioner that allows the wafer paper to be curled and twisted in on itself in ways that would normally cause it to crack. There's also the trend of the burning cake, where you have two images layered on top of each other and you burn away the top one. That's usually done with wafer paper because it lights on fire very quickly and it burns away to a cleaner ash. There is some ash left behind just because of the starches, but it's not as bad as some of the other papers. The only thing you have to be careful of with wafer paper is because it is thin and delicate, if you put it on anything that is too moist, like Russian buttercream, some versions of Italian meringue buttercream that are high moisture content, it can cause the paper to disintegrate. But maybe that's something that you want for the design that you're doing. You want to have something that will dissolve away, like on top of a drink. You want to drop something on a drink that dissolves and then just falls to the bottom of the glass. That's something you can use wafer paper for.
Awesome. Okay, any questions on the two papers we have covered? Let's see. I hear something crunching. Are you cracking with something?
Maybe.
Could be doing
I think that was Debbie up to shenanigans.
Yeah.
Up to shenanigans. They don't jam, but I found I have to attach a sticky note to them. Oh, okay. Stacey, Sue was talking about the premium icing sheets. She says they don't jam, but sometimes they have to add the sticky note to the back end of it. What does that mean?
Yes, the sticky note trick. Let me teach you the sticky note trick. So, whoops. I just made a mess. Now I'm crunching. All right. So here's a premium icing sheet. This trick will work with premium icing sheets or premium thin icing sheets. And the reason why they work with these is, like Laurie said, there's an acetate carrier sheet. That's what this clear plastic piece is behind. And acetate is a type of plastic that is food safe. And the reason why this trick works is, let me wheel over here, grab my sticky notes. And what I'm going to do is, the tab always goes into the printer first. So what I'm going to do is take the sheet and flip it over. So you can see from the reflection that the acetate carrier is facing you. Now I'm going to take the sticky part of the sticky note, and I'm just going to stick it on the back right here. And it doesn't need to be the whole way to the edge. Like you can see right here, I'm about less than 1/4 of an inch away from the edge of the paper. And the important thing with this is you want to make sure that none of the adhesive part is sticking above the edge of the paper. That way it doesn't get caught. And the way this trick works is when the printer is pulling it through to run the print head over it, when it gets to the end here, there's not a whole lot of paper left for the rollers to grab onto, and that can cause it to slip. So if you're ever printing and you notice like the last inch or 2 inches of your sheet looks like the same path was printed over multiple times, and then there's a white space at the end, that's where the sticky note trick comes in. So with any of the rear feed edible paper printers, you don't want to do this in the bottom feed tray, but on the rear tray, you just set it up just like that. And whenever you print, it's all done. Whenever it comes out, you just take the sticky notes off. And what I like to do is I stick them on the lid of the scanner on my printer. That way I have them ready for next time. So I'm not wasting a sticky note every time.
Awesome. All right. And Mona says the wafer paper is kind of like communion paper. Yes, it is. Okay.
Yes.
Next, we are going to, thanks for explaining the science behind it. Sorry, I'm just checking everything. Next, we are going to talk about Flex Frost. Flex Frost, if you want to switch down for me, Laurie. Look, that's my desk. I'm not going to mess with it too much because that was the crunching sound you heard. All right, so Flex Frost is a edible, wait 1 second, very important. Everybody watching? Got to flip it. Oh, it's backwards. Is it backwards?
Oh no.
There we go. You got to get the whole effect.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah. All right. Happy birthday, Laurie. You are a supermodel, and you are still hot. Fire girl. Okay. Upside down and backwards. Can I flip it? Oh, wait. Maybe I can. Hold on. Let's see.
You got to mirror your thing.
I think I got to mirror it right here. No.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
Can you see it now? I don't know where my mirror is. So I'll read it for you. For those who can't read upside down and backwards, this is Laurie's face. That's still the same. It doesn't matter. Hot supermodel. Well, no, it's Laurie. It's Laurie in her bikini. It says, "I'm still hot." Happy birthday, Laurie. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's go back to Flex Frost. Okay, so Flex Frost is another edible paper. It is used for, sorry, I'm looking for, there it is. It is mainly used for anything that you want to have a fabric type feel to it. Like if you print on it, you can print on an American flag, and it is very flexible, and you can, manipulate it. This has actually been sitting out for a little bit, and I think it's really old too, because I pull things from our shows, and we got some old things in there. So what is most known for is edible lace. Okay, and this is basically how it works. It is the easiest of the laces to make that's out there. I showed it to Ashley in our office today, and she's like, anybody can do that. Anybody can. And that's imitating her too. That's so easy. So that's all you do is you tear off a piece just like that. Some people are cleaner than me, meaning that they cut it. But for me, it's going to be smeared in. So I'm just taking another piece, and this is our mix right there. So dip it in water, put it on. We're going to do
Did
some
you
more.
add anything to that water? Like,
No.
what's the secret ingredient in that water, Debbie?
That it's water.
Water.
Exactly.
You can add a drop of flavoring if you want, but quite frankly, this kind of just tastes like sugar, and it's not too strong, but sometimes people want to. You can do a dash of food coloring, not too much, or even dust if you want to, but not a lot, because you don't want to change the composition of this amazing ingredient of water. Okay, so I'm going to put that aside. Now, after about 30 seconds, you will see this start bubbling in. Ooh, look, it's bubbling. So you can see this one going, that one will go, and that one will go. And so you've learned the secret of Flex Frost, to use the magic ingredient of water. Just room temperature is fine. Some people like to take it and actually mix it up. So they put shreds of it into a bowl and then they mix it up. I choose not to do it because this is easier and I'm lazy. All right, so the last one's kind of rippled in, and I'm taking my handy dandy scraper and I am smearing it in. Now, you see how I have a little bit of those chunks on there. I'm not sure if you can see that. You can see kind of that it's a little bit porous. That's okay. As you pull it, it's going to mix in better. It's just the mixing in of the magic ingredient and the Flex Frost. What's also important is when you are scraping it in, I like to go in different directions. What that does is it makes sure that every nook and cranny is filled in. Okay. What's nice about Flex Frost is there is no waste. So let's say I put way too much Flex Frost on there. The nice thing is, and this is almost all the way on, I'm just kind of eyeballing it to make sure, like there's a crevice there, a crevice there. Boo, 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 bah, bah, bah. Okay. Getting it all in there. Okay. And see this waste, that's all I would do is I would smear it on, hold on, I got to get the backing of my sheet, let it dry, put it in a bag and save it for later. Make sure it's all the way dry. Once this dries, you can tear it off and you redip it and use it again. Ha ha, that easy. All right, so this was done this afternoon and you can see it's easy to peel off. La, that's Flex Frost. And also, these amazing mats are also sold on our website. They are high quality mats, actually from Sugar Vale. What I like about them is the detail in them, they're cut very well. And sometimes you get some knockoffs that are not cut well. And they're also thinner, so you're not wasting a lot of your material trying to get a thickness in there that you need. So very easy to do. This will dry. I don't know if it's going to dry in time because I have the door open. I just realized to the outside, and it's not quite dry in here. Now, drying time depends on environment. If you live in a more humid place, it's going to take longer, but you can pop it into the oven and make sure that the oven light is on, no temperature, and that won't take but about 10 minutes. So very, very simple, very easy. You can pop this on a cake. You can ruffle these and make really cute things. Aren't you supposed to be able to make like, oh yeah, there's a flower you can make out of that by just simply, whoops, sorry. I'm not used to doing this.
And Kelly Basher asked, can you put it in the dehydrator? Can you do that?
Yes, you can, Kelly. You can. Just not long because it'll dry pretty quick. So that's the thing. You don't want it to dry too quick. Yep. And Carol says, lace mats are great. Yes, they are. And it's very easy. Yep. Any questions on Flex Frost?
And the spider web lace mat is fabulous to use at Halloween, which is coming up, everyone.
That's why I picked it.
I figured that.
Looky there. Next, I'm going to take the next one, guys.
Okay.
We're talking about 3 different papers.
All right. Woohoo!
I was busy today.
Yes, you were.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me just see what's what. Okay, this is semi-isomalt, which is also found on our website, and I printed this out on a semi-transfer sheet, and it's gorgeous. Like, okay, hold on, I got to get there we go. It kind of magnifies the image. It's beautiful, beautiful. It's just that light. Oh wait, maybe I can go like this. There. Now let's see. Oh, no, it's the light above. So semi-transfer sheet, when you print on them, you can see that there's this translucent type backing on there. And when you print on it and you pour isomalt on it, for example, you actually takes the ink, and there's the backing left over. And there you have what I consider a translucent image. And I say it's translucent because I didn't overpour on purpose, because you can see that while you can see through it, you can't really see through it. That's a semi-transfer sheet, and it can be used with chocolate as well. Absolutely, there's the back of it. It's gorgeous. Woo! Okay, semi-transfer sheets. What else do you guys use these transfer sheets for? Because I know plenty. Yep, Kelly says on lollipops. That's exactly right. So semi-transfer sheets are translucent. Okay.
You can use them on chocolate.
Yes, on chocolate.
Yeah.
What else? I think, Jessie Ann, you used it on the side of a buttercream cake, so it wasn't even hot. Normally, we use a hotter type temperature medium in order to transfer that image. All right. The next is my favorite, my absolute favorite. Hold on, I got to grab a sheet so I can show you. All right, here it is. These are cello sheets. It's my favorite because there's nothing out there like it, okay? Not necessarily the best. So, sorry. Okay, so this is a this is a cello sheet. It comes in 100% clear. Like, look, my hand is behind it. And if there wasn't glare, you would not know my hand is behind it. And this is actually already on the backing. So on the backing. You can print on them. We also have made lace with it. Simply using a very similar recipe to what I showed you with the Flex Frost. It does need more water. People like to use these on the top of drinks too. But you can see that the positive of these sheets is that they're 100% transparent. The negative is when you try to peel them, you can't tell which is the front or the back until you use them for a while, because it does feel different. This on the back, it's very, very smooth. On the front, it's smooth, but you can kind of feel there's something there. Sometimes people have a hard time getting them off. Other times people get them off fine. I like to challenge myself and not use a knife to get it off. See, because I'm just like that, and you just peel it right off. Beautiful. So you can see 100% transparent, where there's no image, and there's the back. It's beautiful. Now, this is used a lot on windows and things like that. We also have a white cello sheet. Give me 1 second to find it in my stack of sheets. White. On the bottom, of course. White cello sheets are the exact same thing, except they are white. And what these are, this gives you, I guess, a more defined image because it gives you that white backing, which gives you what am I looking for? What's that word? Canvas, a white canvas. So you just peel it off, same idea. These are kind of translucent. You can kind of see my hand through it. Whoops, sorry. There's my finger. But they have this nice, I guess, smooth, glossy appearance, which is really nice. People use these on drinks when they don't want to be able to see through them, but they want it to don't want it to show through the image. Sorry. Now, this one right here, I had to look to see. This is a cello sheet that I used with the image, and I picked it up too soon, so it kind of, like, you know me, I'm impatient. It kind of ruffled a little bit. On this one, you actually have to cut the image away. I have a pen blade, which we also sell. But look, you can see there's the sheet. There's the sheet through the clear isomalt. And yes, isomalt, semi-isomalt is the clearest isomalt that is out there. This is like not cloudy at all. And this just comes right off. And you can see through it totally. Okay, so now we have the clear, and we have the translucent, and trying to sort of, there we go. You can see through one totally, the other one you can't totally see through. And last but not least is a paper we've already discussed, but I wanted to show it to you. We used a premium icing sheet on the back. It gives you a different look to it. Because it's white and you have that canvas, you can see that the image is is much darker. Sorry guys, I'm trying to, let me get a piece of paper to lay it on. There we go. Okay, so semi-transfer sheet. I'm like, which one's which? Icing sheet with the white backing and clear seller sheets. All right, any questions? Let's see. How do you use them on royal icing? All right, I'm going to give that to one of you two so I can move my camera again.
So, okay, so I'll go through the questions. So, backing up just a little bit, Jessie Ann said she uses semi-transfer sheets. She used them with royal icing. Okay, thought that was cool. And Karen said she uses semi-transfer sheets with marshmallows and meringues, which you can do that too. All right. Carol Fisher said, great to print a person picture that added to a gingerbread cookie frame. That's a good thing to do.
On the cello, yeah, 100%.
And then Carol says, cello sheets are hands down the best way to make spider web lace. So using the spider web mat that you were using and the cello sheets, you can make this really translucent, really cool spider web. And then when you look at it, it looks like, you know how the spider web looks like in the dew, you know, in the morning where the dew's on a spider web. It's really cool. It's really cool.
Awesome. Any questions? I covered 3 at once. Is that all we have? Did we miss one?
No, we didn't. Yes, we haven't talked about one. I've got one for you guys to talk about. This will be Stacey. Your turn, Stacey.
Yeah. Smart sheets.
Favorite.
Yes. Smart sheets are actually my second favorite icing sheet that Icing Images sells. The way that I like to describe it to people that have no idea what it is it's the HD version of a premium icing sheet because it's actually two-sided. The side you would consider the front has a bit of a texture to it, very similar to construction paper or canvas, which means you can use it for gel color painting. You can use it for paint your own cookie palettes. Pretty much anything you would print on a regular icing sheet will look amazing on a smart sheet. But what makes smart sheets so much more interesting is on the back side, it is perfectly smooth and it has a bit of a shine to it. And that sheen and the smoothness of it really makes it act like it's a photographic type of paper. So a project I like to use it for is I'll make a cookie that looks like a Polaroid frame, and then I'll print an image of somebody, like let's say it's for a graduation party. I'll print a baby photo of them on one side and a graduation photo on the other side, stick it inside that frame, and now you have a two-sided cookie. And depending on how they decorate it, they might have them just sitting out on the table, and as someone picks it up, they flip it over and they realize, oh, it's two-sided. So it's a really interesting spin on how to use an icing sheet. The other thing that's really great about smart sheets are if you're working with a client that has sugar concerns because they're diabetic or something like that, smart sheets are 100% sugar-free. So if you're working with a client that has concerns for that, then that's something to think about. Is with the Smart Sheet, you don't have to worry about having any kind of a glycemic impact on their blood sugar levels.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and there's no backing to it.
Nope.
And I'm trying to remember all the little things that I love about it. It will handle the humid. People don't like the word moist.
Humidity.
Humidity. Thank you. Sorry, I watched Stacey smile, and I'm like,
Like, oh, I now know a thing. Oh, and Crystal just made me think of something. Becky Norton has an amazing technique for embossing Smart Sheets.
Yep.
And I'm not going to steal her thunder, but I'm going to give her credit. But she'll use paper potion to condition the Smart Sheet, and then she runs it through a Sizzix Big Shot, and it just picks up the detail of whatever embossing folder you're using, and it's just absolutely incredible.
Yep. And we sell a lot of those folders and embossing folders and the die cutters. They're really they're all $5.
Yeah.
And they're actually the food safe ones, which
now, yeah. And the other thing about Smart Sheets that I like, so if you're a person that likes to prepare for your cakes ahead and you don't want to wait till the very end, right before delivery, to put your wafer paper on or your icing sheet on or Flex Frost on, if you use a Smart Sheet, you can attach it to your buttercream or your fondant, put it in the refrigerator, in and out of the refrigerator multiple times, and it doesn't bubble up or anything. So the way I describe it when we're at the shows and that, when somebody asks me about Smart Sheets, it's like the temporary tattoos that you put on the kids' hands. I think Smart Sheets do the same thing on a cake. Like it melds right onto the surface of whatever you're attaching it to, and it's there. And so if you are in an area where, you are a type of a decorator that wants to put the images on early, the Smart Sheet might be the paper that would be of interest to you.
Yep. It goes in and out of the refrigerator, the freezer, in and out. Like it won't melt it. It just really stands up there.
Yep. It stands up really well.
There's another thing that it does, and you two can't talk, or you two can't say the answer. You can talk as much as you want.
Yeah.
It does something else, or is used for something else in the cookie world that people just love.
Paint your own cookies?
I said you couldn't do that.
Oh, I said it already, like earlier.
Okay, I missed it. Sorry.
You said it.
Yep. Never mind. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you can use it.
No, that's why I was confused. I was like, wait a minute, we covered this.
Yeah, paint your own cookies. Also, it's one of the papers. You can paint on a lot of the different papers that we have, like watercolor painting or gel color oil painting, and there's all kind of paints out there now, all kinds in the edible world. But I know the people that like to do a lot of painting, hand painting on their cookies and cakes and that, Smart Sheets is the one they tend to gravitate to because of the two sides. Because that textured side almost, it acts and feels like watercolor paper or a texture paper. So if you're a person that likes to do a lot of painting, that might be something that's of interest to you.
Yep. Mm-hmm. To me, it's the most versatile sheet. If you had to have one paper and you can only have one, I would pick Smart because it goes where wafer paper goes. You can actually use it like Flex Frost in the lace. Mm-hmm. And it acts like wafer paper. Jessie Ann actually uses it for the centers of her flowers. What else does it do? Wafer paper. It prints beautifully. To me, I like it better than the icing sheets, and I love our icing sheets. So it kind of goes, and yes, you could actually pour isomalt on it if you choose to. So it just goes so many places. And, when I first got this paper as a sample, I was in Vegas and I left it out the whole week and it didn't crumble up on me. And it gets the fabric feel when you add the paper potion as well. Mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing. All right. Yes, you have to order the Smart Sheets, sweetie. It's the best. All right, I want somebody to tell me a tip on any one of those papers that hasn't been mentioned. This is for a prize, guys. Has not been mentioned as of yet. And you're welcome to participate if you already have one of the tickets for a cookie-a-thon, but you won't win. The next person will win. All right, so go. You guys go ahead and start to list that. All right. Now, any questions at all? I know we got to wait for them, so we will wait for that too. All right, so I have another. You guys start typing in. Yes, the paper potion needs only a little squirt. Far away. Is that your tip? Okay. All right. Another question. These are all for giveaways, and if you two have anybody that you want to give it away to, let me know. Fabric Feel is the Flex Frost or the Smart Sheet. We do have thin sheets, and they're great for getting that extra detail. It says premium icing sheet, only thinner. Kelly, good job. Save all the scraps to make an edible glue. We've actually done several lives just on what to use the scraps for. All right, I gotta go find who was the first one. That would be Mona. Mona had how much paper potion? So Mona, you are a winner. And I want to know if anybody knows how old Laurie is. Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere near that.
I probably won't tell you.
If anybody has any Julie Goodwin, paper potion can be substituted for morning perfume.
There you go.
That's what Artie Magoo uses it for. So you may have seen that little blurb. 29. Donna's not touching that. Donna, I don't know. 29, 55. You can save your scraps for snow. Yes, I bought Flex Frost sheets. I'd like to try the Smart Sheets as well. Old enough to kick someone's butt if they answer. That's my favorite.
I take this one right there. That's the one I take. Or this one.
No, she already won. Pick another one. Carol Fisher, young.
There you go.
Age. All right, got it. All right, that was fun. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winners. We need to pick another 5. So right now, Sharita, you won because you were the first one on. Donna was the first to say happy birthday to. Sorry, people are dinging. Stop it. Go away. Donna is the first to wish Laurie a happy birthday. Mona gave the tip of the paper potion. Carol got the age. And Kate Wepner, if you're still on, you got the highest, meaning you're 30,000 feet in the air. So you're high. All right. And
I picked one.
Okay. Kelly, you won. Yay!
All right.
And if you've won, you need to message me on Facebook or email sales@icingimages.com. And we need your email. We need the fact that you'll win. And yes, they're going to check with me. And your full name. I think that's all they need in order to get you the ticket. So,
Stacey, have you picked one?
Oh, Lord, I need to pick one?
Yeah, you got to pick one. It can be anybody, too. It could be for no reason at all. It could be whatever floats your boat. I have one. I know what you should do because you said something earlier. But go ahead. The Stacey Award's coming up.
Oh, Lord, that's terrifying. So I know I don't want to pick someone out of the risk of favorites, but let's put this one out here. What is the one thing that I have not talked about tonight that is tech related on any of the edible papers?
Ooh, I
know. Sorry.
We know.
If you are just joining us, we are giving away 10 free all access passes to Cookie-a-thon.
Leslie got it.
Yep, I was waiting for that.
Yep. Cricket.
The cricket.
Yep.
Okay, wrote your name down. There we go. All right, and then hold on. I was looking for something. I gotta see. Did anybody say good morning to you? Who was the first to do that?
Oh, there were a couple people. There was a whole army of shenanigans.
Who was the first?
Who said good morning? Oh, I can't scroll back that far.
Well, let me look. Hold on. Give me a minute.
Laurie's got it. Laurie's got it. It's just too hard. I keep.
Um,
Well, that's how. Hillary Collins. Hillary already has one.
Okay, so the next one. Well, the next one already has it too.
Uh-oh.
All right. If you have any fun facts about any one of us that are up here, something that you know about or have experienced with, what? Let's just like type up something about it.
This just keeps getting more terrifying the longer we
I know.
go.
I threw myself under the bus too. So, okay. And then the first person to tell me that they got their mammogram within the last 365 days. Go! Because, yeah.
So I think we could use this one.
31.
If we need one, because that was a fun fact. She already won though.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Faye, your dog says your dog loves to interrupt you when you're talking to Deb. Oh, so true. You are a winner.
Yeah.
And I also like Sue's answer, and the reason why is called insomnia.
Yeah, but Mona won already, right? Mona won. Okay, what was yours? What was that?
Sue, she said she got her mammogram. She was the first one, I think.
Yay, Sue! That's
Yay.
10. Woohoo! Yay,
And a
guys!
bunch of other people too that had mammograms too.
All right. Wait, Kelly says she can't win because she got. Oh, we have to give her another one. Kelly, you wait. What? I can't win, but I got mine yesterday.
Okay.
Kelly, you already won, Kelly. All right, you can't win again. That's what you meant because you already messaged me. All right. Is that right, Kelly? Let me know. Yeah, Sue, I do encourage mammograms. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is huge around here. 2 out of the 3 people that you're looking at right now are survivors. Yep. So did Stacey have his mammogram?
I could probably use one.
Yeah.
Even guys got to have their mammograms.
Yes, in all seriousness, there is such a thing as a male version of breast cancer.
Yeah.
And I'm not making a joke about testicular cancer or prostate cancer. Men can get breast cancer as well.
Yeah.
So for one guy in this room, I think, which is just me, maybe there's a couple lurking. If you do happen to feel a sudden lump in your breast as a male or anywhere in your body, that's worth getting checked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, always. And I look at testicular cancer the same as breast cancer because it's so rampant and early detection really does make the difference.
Yeah.
Hey, Mary, I had one of those too in July. Fun. Very important. Very important. Okay. And if you ever, I have people contacting me all the time because they have a scare or a question or anything. I've seen people who are regularly on their lives, but they're not on this right now, recently, went and everything was fine, but they were flagged because they saw something, and it's like awesome. Reese, you perform mammograms. You're a mammograph person, mammography person. You're awesome. Thank you. And he's throwing them on men as well. All right, I'm going to give away one bonus one. And the bonus is, and somebody's got to say it, what is significant about September for Icing Images?
Mm.
You two cannot answer. Don't say it, or I'm kicking you off. Let's see. All right. While we're waiting for that, because that's like a big deal. Cookie Con's there, but that's not what I'm looking for. It's about Icing Images. And yes, we will be at a Cookie Con. And yes, we will have a new product or two. And yes, we are not going to announce it beforehand. You have to come and see it. Now, we may broadcast from Cookie Con if we are able to. Hillary knows, but it's a secret. Yeah, you can't do it, Hillary. Come on. What anniversary, Reese? What anniversary, Reese? Come on, girl. Somebody else knows it. They can say it ahead of her because she's got to let me know. Come on, Reese, type it in, type it in, type it in. Anniversary of what? Type it in. Come on. You can do it. Okay. Yeah, and also let us know if you're going to Cookie Con. I think you will do. Hillary! You blew it. When we started, yes, when we started. Founding month. Yep, we will be celebrating next month 25 years of Icing Images. I cannot believe that it's that long. It's crazy. Reese, you won the bonus. It means I have to take it away from somebody else. Who am I going to take? No, just kidding. All right, so for the winners again. And you must email me or email sales@icingimages.com or message me with your full name and email address. All right, we got Sharita and we got Donna, we got Mona, we got Kate, she was the highest up, Carol for age, Kelly for the tip, Julie because she's just the funniest, and there was something else we picked too. Leslie Costello, I don't remember because I stopped writing that down because I had to focus. Fei, Sue, and Reese. So if we called your name, please message me or email sales@Icing Images. Let them know you won the All Access Pass and give us your name and full email address as to where you want the pass. Donna doesn't need one. That's right, you are an instructor. All right. All right, let's see. Who was the first to say we were going to be at Cookie Con? Well, can you tell me, Laurie? My mouse is not
hold on.
Okay. I think I know what it is. Ooh, Marianne Nisco. Marianne Nisco. All right, we got our winners. Yay! All right, and we will do it again next year too. So, so again, email sales@icingimages.com or message me. All right. Okay, next week we got Jessie Ann Riley. Woohoo! Yay, Jessie Ann. And also, guys, if you get our email address, please, I'm sorry, if you get our email, please take a look at it. There's some specials in there and some announcements about shipping prices. We are working really hard to bring some prices down. Yes, Marianne, you won something. You can be We know you came late. Marianne, you won an all access pass to Cookie-a-thon. And you just need to email sales@icingimages.com or message me. Not sure. Oh, okay. And people are messaging me now, so it's like that's going to get lost. Okay. So, oh crap! I'm going to reduce all of these because they're coming to me. Anyway, we'll make sure we take care of you. So we are trying to bring prices down the best we can in this economy. We know shipping costs are rising and rising, and it's crazy. So we have done tons of research, met with consultants, FedEx, tons of meetings here to see what we can do about our shipping prices. So check out our email from this week and watch next week's email. And if you do not get our email, I suggest strongly that you sign up for it, which you can do on our homepage, or you can always email sales@icingimages.com and say, I want to be on your email list. So great emails. I write them myself. So that's all I got. I'm done talking. So guys, I think this is where we actually